Oops, off the table. So that'll be ball in hand for Efren Reyes.
Scratch in the break, it's ball in hand anywhere on the table.
And the table is pretty well spread out, gentlemen, is it not?
Yeah, there could, when he goes from that 4 to that 5 ball, that 5's tucked a little bit under the 8 ball. That looks to be where there might be a little problem with this rack.
Reyes is the type of player that you cannot give an opportunity to.
Maybe.
He, extremely difficult. Called the Magician, outstanding players from the Philippines. Working on the 2 ball in the corner. He's got the 3 ball back in the other end. 5 ball down in the corner here. 9 ball is down toward the bottom of the, right down there.
So that 4 to the 5's tough, isn't it, buddy?
Yes, it is. 4 to the 5 is real tough.
Scott Smith is our referee. He'll be seen from time to time conversing with the players.
Okay, we have the 4 ball right here. The 5 is here. He's going to have to come up and stay in this area. He's got to stay inside of the 8 ball there.
Cuts the 4 in beautifully, and oh my.
He's in good shape.
Is he?
Yeah.
He has room for the 5 ball up against the rail.
Where does he go for the 6 here now?
I believe he's going to have to come right across. He's going to come across and maybe back.
Native
Looks like he can't bump the 8 because he might end up behind the 8.
Right, I think he's going to shoot the 5 right down in here. Bring the cue ball back out into this area here. Well, he went to that area, but he didn't take as long a route as I was pointing out.
Man, he was almost dangerously close to being behind that 8 ball, wasn't he?
He's got it. You think he's going to shoot this at a soft speed here, buddy?
Well, that's what makes this shot awfully hard, is having to hit it soft.
That is a hard shot there.
Boy, he has a touch, doesn't he?
That was a great shot.
7 in the corner, no problem.
Yeah, Efren's a beautiful player to watch. He's got such great rhythm.
And the 8. Remember, Steve Mizerak had the break and scratched the cue ball off the table, ball in hand. And Reyes just one more shove away from taking the opening rack. And he does just that. Across the country that are watching you great players.
I think we're even going to the Philippines.
Could be.
Yeah,
I tell you, pool is a big time item in the Philippines, thanks largely, I guess, to this young man and his fellow players.
Well, also there's a company over there and a gentleman called Jose Poyat, and he's really a great fan and sponsor of the sport. And in fact, right now, the Pro Billiards Tour is in negotiation with bringing the event to the Philippines, and I know Jose's involved with that. And he'll be trying to put that together, and the Filipino team that's here in America playing on the Pro Billiards Tour told me to tell Jose Poyat hello, and on behalf of the Pro Billiards Tour, I'd like to tell our friends in Manila, Jose Poyat, hello from the Pro Billiards Tour.
That's great. Now, Miz, has he got shot for the 1 ball here? Is he going to try to make the 6 or what?
Well, it looks like he's going to play safe. It was either play safe or try to bank it 1 rail across. He likes to play safe.
So Steve Mizerak, down 1 game to none, gives the ball to, or the cue to Efren Reyes.
You have the 1 ball right here. The cue ball is in this area right here. He has to figure out a way to hit this one. I think he's going to come 1. He's going to come straight down 1, 2, and kick the 1 back up this way, trying to stick the cue ball in the area where the 1 ball's at right now.
Return the favor. In other words, don't leave the Miz a shot either. Huh?
Right.
Steve Mizerak is trying to put together a senior tour. Some of you older guys, eh, buddy?
Yeah, some of us youngsters get to play on it.
He told me to come out and play, and I said they took all my milk money years ago. That's a bad hit. He caught the 3 ball. It was not a clean hit, so it's going to be ball in hand for the Miz. You don't see Reyes make too many mistakes like that, Nick, huh?
No,
just careless or just a bad shot or what?
Well, he just came a little too short and hit the 3, but that's part of the game that's kind of made him famous in America, is his kicking game. When he came over, it really heightened the awareness of how important it is when you're kicking, because he escapes many a time on shots like that, doesn't he, buddy?
Yes, he does. Here, I believe he'll just try to go into the 5. He's going to try to play the 1 straight in here and let the cue ball bump the 5 out of the way for the 2.
Did that. Now I got the 2 in the same pocket and follow it a little bit for the 3 down in the corner.
Well, Steve's been a great straight pool player, and that's kind of a straight pool shot there where you bump balls out of the way. He won 4 U.S. Opens in a row.
But, you know, the man is truly a legend. I mean, there isn't much in this game he hasn't done, and he has been away from the limelight. I mean, from the television cameras in tournaments like this for a while. His health has not been all that good, and his game hasn't really been that good. Now it's back.
All right.
Although he says he's got a terrible back. His back bothers him.
Well, Steve's been doing a lot of work here for the last 2 or 3 years. He hasn't really devoted the time to his game that he'd like to. But now he's decided he's going to go ahead and give it a shot and play a little bit. And here's proof of the pudding. He's playing great.
Yeah.
Well, he has such a beautiful stroke. Seems like he can get so much on the cue ball with so little effort.
Well, he's got the table set here to even this up. 1 apiece. He'll take the 7 right down in the corner, and stop the cue ball there for the 8 in the other corner, and then follow it a little bit for the 9,
I think so.
He could follow down for the side pocket here.
Was it?
No, you called it. He's playing the corner.
Then he'll put the 8 down here, I believe, won't he, gentlemen? I would think, yeah.
Yes.
And then the 9 in the other pocket across.
You're starting to learn this game, Tom.
Oh, I am just living proof that little knowledge is dangerous. So the Miz comes back to even it up. We're tied at a game apiece here in the semifinal of the Pro Tour Championship. We'll be back. Ran the table on him.
You can bet he'll make an adjustment on this part. Still cut it a little bit, didn't he, buddy?
Yes, he did. Put the 8 ball in the corner, though.
He hit it with...
make the 8, wasn't? Yeah, he made the 8, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit it with a good level stroke. Here we have the 1 ball. The 2 ball is this ball right here. This is the cue ball. What he has to do is he has to hit this shot and make the cue ball slow down enough in order to play position for the 2 in this side. This is a very hard shot here. He has to slow the ball down.
Or do you try to go 4 rails there?
Well, a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Well, you called it, Nicky. 3 rails.
Got to get a break. Got to get a break. He did.
What a great shot that was. That was just magnificent there.
Now you put the 2 ball up in the far right-hand corner.
Look at how good a position he got on that 2 ball. That was a really hard shot.
He has a problem with the 4.
Look at that stroke. Look at that stroke. That is power there.
Now he's got the 4. The 5. What's his problem with the 4, buddy?
Well, he's got to play position on the 5, and he's looking to see where he's going to go. And
can he come off those 2 rails and be right out there again, or can he? Can he come up there and come back out? Got to hit it a little harder, a little more.
Perfect.
What's wrong with that?
Perfection at it. That was perfect.
He's even got the nice little angle where he can just roll down a little bit.
Well, then what does he do? Does he play the 6-9 combination? Oh, no, I see. All right, okay.
Did he get far enough there?
Yeah,
He may have.
Yeah, I think the 6 is dead end, isn't it?
He may have an angle to where he can touch this rail with the cue ball.
Yeah, I think he's going to draw
6
it
straight in. He got to try to draw it back and touch this rail, or just stick right there in that area. He wants to get closer to it. Oh, he followed it.
Needs a little hurry up on it. Needs
What
a
a
little
nice
hurry up.
speed.
Yeah, all right, good.
Tell you what, he's made a nice out here, buddy. If he gets the 7-9 in, which looks like it's pretty well routine now, but boy, there's a great rack here. That's a confidence builder, this rack point.
I would imagine, and we should talk about that a little bit, as magnificent a player as he is, and as magnificent as he has been, His heart's got to be pumping just a little bit quicker than that. Doesn't it? Beautiful run by the Miz. Mizerak makes it 2. Here's the break from the Miz.
Yeah, it's great to play in this tournament in my hometown and be able to sleep in my own bed at night.
Isn't that nice? That is nice. Gonna make the...
I believe he's okay.
Yep.
Looks like the key here is when he playing position from the 3 to the 4, buddy.
Right. He's got to come out here for the 3 ball in this corner pocket. Now, the 4 is laying right here. It looks like the only available pocket is there for the 4.
That's
So
where
he
the
has
8 is, isn't it? Oh, I see. Played the other way.
Right.
Put the 3 back up there, and does he draw the cue ball back for the 4?
No. He played the right angle. He'll just come off the side here and to the side rail and back down this area here for the 4 in this pocket.
Yeah, he's got the perfect angle to do that.
And he's got that 8 ball down in the corner
He's
pocket.
got to be careful. He don't
Yes, he
foul it.
does.
He's kind of caught in a trap here.
Yeah,
he
he
needs
is
to
a little
bend
bit.
over to reach it.
That's
and,
right. And there's a lot, let's be honest, there's a lot of Steve to bend over. Look, he's kind of grinning about his mouth. Maybe a little late for that, Miz. You may have heard me say that. This is not an easy shot for the big fella. He touches that 8 ball, fouls it anyway. Well, it'll be ball in hand for Reyes.
That 8 ball's making this a tough shot instead of an easy shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. He's got to be worried about. No, he's well clear of that now. If he can just settle down and realize that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
He's glad that shot's over with.
Yeah, and you want to know something? Because my voice carries, I realize that, and I'm glad that he made that because he kind of stepped away from that shot when I said that it might be a little late for him to brush that off. So I'm glad it all worked out for him.
I think he's got to go between the 9 and 8 here. Oh.
Oh, he didn't aim to do that.
I don't think so.
I didn't like that.
No.
He's left himself a real hard shot on this 5.
Yeah.
He'll probably play in that left corner and have the cue ball just bounce off the right rail and play the 6 on the side. But just he's mostly interested in concentrating on pocketing the 5 ball here.
That's the first business by him, way up in the corner on the left. What a great camera shot that is. Beautifully.
Boy, he's playing
Beautifully
good,
done.
isn't he, buddy?
Yeah.
He's playing good.
His pocketing ball's good.
That went right in the center of the hole.
Now, buddy, the 8 ball right down here, does that give him any kind of a problem with the 9 ball being there?
What it does, he has to strike this rail and come back over. So the only thing he has to really worry about is his speed, his cue ball speed. Which he's in good shape, I
Yep,
believe.
beautiful. Well, for a left-hander, that's not the easiest of shots. He's going to have to go get the bridge, isn't he?
Right, he has his own bridge. He brings it with him. He likes it because he can maneuver it around and stretch it out. And very lightweight. He'll just bump the end rail and come up, play the 9 in the same pocket.
Beautiful. Beautifully done. So it would appear that the Miz is going to take a 3-1 advantage in games over Efren Reyes. Nicely done. The Miz goes up 3-1. He leads.